What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome back to a brand new EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. And today, or yesterday, we got some extremely exciting news and reveals about the next Star Wars Battlefront. At an earnings call yesterday, EA's CEO Andrew Wilson confirmed a lot of new information about this year's Star Wars Battlefront game. Probably one of the biggest parts of this news is that there has now been official confirmation of a single player campaign and the fact that the game will now feature multiple Star Wars eras. He said there will be new ways to play, including an all-new single-player campaign and much more that we are excited to share with our players in the months ahead. There will be a full single-player campaign, which we are very excited about. He also teased a little bit about the multiple eras, saying, as the current Battlefront continues to thrive, we have also heard our players' desire for even more depth and progression. Our next Star Wars Battlefront will be even bigger, taking our players into more locations and allowing them to play with more heroes and characters across multiple Star Wars eras. He didn't go on to specify which eras would be included in the next Star Wars Battlefront, but a lot of people are speculating that it will be the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, as there has been nothing confirmed about the Clone Wars era yet. A lot of people are thinking the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy because a lot of people do love the original trilogy, and the sequel trilogy is the new movie trilogy, which a lot of people are really hyped about, considering there is a lot of hype behind the new Star Wars movies. So in a way it would make sense to have the original trilogy, which then leads straight into the sequel trilogy in the next Star Wars Battlefront. We have seen little leaks of the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy in concept art from EA, with one of the concept arts being in the Road Ahead video, which features the First Order TIE Fighter, Star Destroyers and what looks like to be a Resistance pilot. And then we have also seen one concept art of an X-Wing, which looks like it is from the original trilogy, so that is why people are thinking the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy will be the two eras in the next Star Wars Battlefront as well. Andrew Wilson then went on to say the next Battlefront is going to be a big game. This game is going to be in more locations, more game modes, more eras, more ships, including a full single player campaign, which is very exciting. We have every reason to believe we're delivering fans exactly what they're asking for with respect for Star Wars games. The fact we're getting more game modes is a little bit frightening, considering we already have about 14 game modes in the current Star Wars Battlefront, which is a lot to choose from, but at the same time having that many game modes gives a lot of variety for people to choose from, so I'm guessing about 90% of the players who play online in Star Wars Battlefront will have a game mode that they do really like. They're not going to hate every single one of them, so more game modes, more variety, more players to enjoy the game. I think overall more game modes is going to be a good thing for the game. Andrew Wilson then went on to confirm that the game will release in holiday 2017, which is November-December time, which is a pretty similar time to when the first Star Wars Battlefront released by EA DICE, and it's also going to probably tie in with the Episode 8 release, which I think will be in December. He also went on to confirm that DICE will be co-developing the next Star Wars Battlefront game with Motive Studios and Criterion Games. He said, to build a game of this magnitude, we've brought together three great studios, DICE, Motive and Criterion, and aligned their areas of expertise to deliver an amazing experience in the next Star Wars Battlefront. A lot of people already are guessing that DICE is going to be developing the multiplayer part of Star Wars Battlefront, Motive Studios developing the single player section, and Criterion helping out with the single player campaign with vehicle-centered missions or more VR missions. A lot of people are disappointed that there has been no skirmish news, but they are getting a single player campaign, so a lot of people are kind of hyped, but at the same time a bit let down by no skirmish news. Andrew Wilson also only referred to the next Battlefront game as the next Star Wars Battlefront in this earnings call. He didn't call it Star Wars Battlefront 2, he didn't call it Star Wars Battlefront then something else, just purely the next Star Wars Battlefront. Which means we could get a reveal of the game's name at Star Wars Celebration in April, or even more likely at EA Play in June. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about the Star Wars Battlefront 2 or the next Star Wars Battlefront game details, the single player campaign, the multiple eras, the more game modes, more locations, etc, and make sure to smash a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance and be kept up to date with all things Star Wars, especially Star Wars gaming. Other than that, may the Force be with you.